Manuel Rueda is in Mexico City. He's joining me now by phone. Manuel, can you set the scene for us? What are you seeing?
Yeah, the traffic is very slow right now. I'm in the financial sector, a place with lots of office buildings, and pretty much everyone evacuated the building. Here you can see, I don't know if you can see some people maybe here. I'm literally standing with my laptop on the sidewalk next to a coffee shop that has Wi-Fi, and that's how I'm able to communicate with you because everything is closed right now. All the commerce, all the shops are still shut down. They've been shut down for more than an hour since the earthquake happened.
Manuel, we're seeing an entire building, the image of an entire building just crumpling down to the ground. Was there a sense that people were able to get out in time?
Yeah, I was actually at a bank, and when it happened, I was just outside a bank, and there were hundreds of people rushing out of these big office buildings at the same time. Now, ironically, there was an earthquake drill this morning, which happens, every September in Mexico City. They do this earthquake drill on the anniversary of the 1985 earthquake. Today, September 19, is the anniversary of an earthquake that killed hundreds of people in Mexico City. So they do these drills. So there was actually, people going outside today doing the same thing. And in the afternoon, it was for real.
Yeah, it certainly was for real. And it's just incredibly ironic that this took place just 2 hours after that entire drill that takes place every year. I want to ask you, Manuel, what are officials saying on the ground in Mexico? What are you hearing?
It's very early to know what happened yet. All I've heard so far is that it was a 7.1 magnitude and that there was damage in some buildings in Mexico City. I haven't heard anything yet about other parts of the country. Too early to tell. I heard the epicenter was in Cuernavaca, I believe, a place about 120 kilometers, 70 miles from here, but I'm not 100% sure on that information.
Where were you, Manuel, when this earthquake happened? Can you walk us through the few moments when you were experiencing this?
I was walking outside a bank in the financial sector on Reforma Avenue, which is one of the busiest avenues in the city. As soon as I walked out, the buildings began to shake. There was a glass building there, and you could hear the grass kind of hitting against the building next door. Some people who came out of that building told me that the walls were cracking as they went down the stairs. So people were very scared. Mexico City has lots of smaller earthquake movements, and people here are kind of used to encountering this type of situation, perhaps like in LA. But this time I definitely sensed more fear from people. I mean, I don't know if you can see in the background there's a shop where the glass broke. Yeah, so the damage is visible. I'm staying in a hotel here, and we can't go into the hotel yet. There was a crack in front of the hotel, and the electricity in some parts of town has also gone down, and there's been gas leaks as well.
Gas leaks as well. We also know that they have shut down. The airport has suspended operations after the quake. There are reports of fires as well. Manuel, there was an earthquake earlier this month, also not too far from Mexico City. How does this compare as what you're seeing on the ground?
I wasn't here during the last earthquake, so I couldn't tell you. I do know there was lots of damage, about 6 or 7 hours drive from Mexico City. But like I said, the epicenter for this quake wasn't Mexico City, although it was felt very strongly here. And we're still, we still have to see what they say, what the authorities say about what happened in other parts of the country.
And Manuel, are people concerned about aftershocks at this point?
Yeah, that's usually something that happens. And, like I said, the earthquake happened about an hour and a half ago, and the office buildings are still not letting the people in. I'm standing outside a shopping mall. They're not letting anyone in either. You can see here that the guard isn't letting people in. So yeah, that's the people are still worried about aftershocks, definitely.
And are officials giving any advice to the people right now, just a short time after this happened?
I haven't heard of anything yet, to be honest. Usually what happens is people stay out of the buildings. There are people at the company, police, rescue workers that go inside the buildings to check if everything is okay before people can go back in.
Manuel Rueda, freelance reporter on the ground in Mexico City, not far from where this earthquake took place. Manuel, thank you very much for joining us.